Are you just gonna lay there and die? Like a little bitch? Wake your dumb ass up, I'm gonna help you. You need help right now. This was too hard for you. But I'm gonna make you good. So good. You are not going to learn how to cheese bosses. Maybe you've already done that. Maybe you feel like you've disrespected every last ancestor you ever had because you cheesed bosses. You're not here to learn how to cheese bosses. You are here and you are going to learn how to beat bosses the way it was frickin' intended. You're going to watch this whole video, even if you catch on like 30 seconds into it, because you need to watch YouTube ads so that I can go buy a box of cereal so that I don't starve to death. And I'm a man-child who will only eat cereal and milk for every meal of my life. Let's talk about accessibility. You can play this game and you don't need inhuman reflexes, and another thing that you don't need is like sight or hearing, or you need one of the three, okay? You either need to be able to see, hear, or feel things. If you can't see, if you can't hear, and if you have nerve damage, then alright, you got me. This game needs to be more accessible. We're gonna hit this guy until he parries us. He deflects us. The game is going to tell us that he has deflected us by giving us a bright orange flash on the screen. Our controller's going to get a little jiggle, and then we're going to hear an audio cue that tells us that we've been deflected. Genichiro, in every form that you fight him, is weak to being bullied. We are going to bully his ass. We are going to press R1 until he makes us stop. He will make us stop by parrying us, backing away from us, or running around us. If he runs around us, we know we gotta stomp on him because he's going for that sweep attack. If he backs away from us, we know he's gonna go for that thrust attack, so we gotta be ready to dodge out of the way of that. Remember, this is new game. We don't have Makiri counter. We can't Makiri counter yet. The other thing he might do is jump up in the air. And if he jumps up in the air, we're just gonna dodge to the side, and then we're just gonna counterattack him. I'm not gonna play this perfectly. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're not going to either, probably. Look, if you need to heal, we'll worry about how to find spaces to heal. Me not playing perfect will maybe help you out in the long run. I'm hiding my power level. I could play this perfectly if I wanted to. I am the greatest Sekiro player who ever lived. The perilous attack, the thrust, the sweep, and the grab, they all say the same thing. The kanji doesn't change. The big Japanese letter doesn't change. It just means perilous. And that means get ready to act as you should. We're going to come to this Bon Lantern Idol, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab this Ninja Star. We're going to need this Ninja Star. You will never be locked out of it. It doesn't cost any money. You're going to see me use it. The game rewards us for understanding stealth by giving us a free kill on the Samurai Generals. The Samurai Generals are basically Genichiro Juniors. We're just going to bully them. We're going to press R1 until they make us stop. They can jump in the air and we'll dodge around that and we'll hit them. Then we're going to go back to hitting them. If they deflect us, we get ready to deflect their attack. That's really all there is to it. Being a bully against these Samurai Generals also allows you to stop them from healing, as you just saw there. That's it. I have no Kuro's Charm, which means I'm going to take partial damage if I don't perfectly deflect. You're not going to have to deal with that. You don't have to worry about it. I do have to worry about it, which means I have to play better. So I'm gonna have no Kuro's Charm this entire time. I'm going to take chip damage, quote unquote. We're gonna come under this bell lady's house. We're gonna pick up these 3 gold bags. We're gonna talk to her. She's gonna give us a bell. This bell allows us to get into the Harada estate. Before we go fight this giant, we're gonna go to the Harada estate. But before we go back, we need to go up and see this vendor here. He's got Robert's firecrackers. We can buy them this early in the game. Remember those gold bags we picked up? They're all over the place. I just gave you 300. Find 200 on your own, son. Okay? You need to find 2 extra bags of gold on your own because Robert's firecrackers cost 500 gold. I showed you where to find 3 light coin purses. There's 2 more all over the damn place. Just go find them, okay? And then sell them to this guy for 500 gold and then buy Robert's firecrackers. It's that easy. Maybe you've locked yourself out of it. That's okay. I won't use it. Now, we're going to use stealth, okay? We're gonna use stealth in this portion of the game. and we're going to use it, and we're going to go and kill all these guys, and then we're going to pick up the flame vent before we fight this giant, okay? We want to have the red-eyed giant's weakness, which if we listen to the 2 guards standing around him, we know that his weakness is, of course, fire. So we want this flame vent, and we're going to pick up this flame vent. Now, we're told this by a vendor. If we purchase information from him, the vendor will tell us to come here and find the flame barrel. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and we're also going to kill these 2 dudes, and we're going to get this axe. And oh, by the way, as a bonus, just because I'm a super nice guy and you stuck around this long, I'm getting ready to eat a bowl of cereal. Thank you very much. We're going to kill these dudes, and before we get this axe, we're going to run in this house right here, and boom, there's 4. That's a bonus. That's bonus gold for you. We're going to run in here, we're going to get the shinobi monkey axe, and we're going to equip that. If you've kept track, you know now that we have the ninja star, the flame vent, the firecrackers, and the axe. We're going to give all of that to the sculptor, as well as we have 1 skill point now. So he's going to give us 2 books. We're going to get 2 books from the sculptor right here. We're going to get the esoteric text, as well as the prosthetic text as well, that allows us to unlock new skills. The very first skill our ass is going to buy is going to be Makiri counter, but there's all kinds of great skills in here, and you can buy them as you see fit. I would definitely recommend Makiri counter be the very first skill that you buy. After that, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. But Makiri counter should definitely be number 1. If you want to know what I think should be number 2, go into the textbook that teaches you prosthetic and learn the grapple attack. It's a skill that allows you to use an attack after you grapple with somebody. Then we're going to come over here to the vendor, and we're going to purchase some information. Not just 1 information, but 2 information. Okay, we're going to buy 2 information units from this gentleman here. Alright, and he thanks us for supporting his Patreon, and now we have access to Tier 2 Patreon perks. And what the Tier 2 Patreon perk is you can hear him go, "Bull! Bull!" And he makes that noise for us. Alright? That's cool and all. And then he tells us where to find the flame vent. But guess what? We've already got it. So we get upgraded to the Tier 3 Patreon perk, which is access to his manhole. So he's going to give us access, and he's like, look, I'm sorry, but before you do that, you're going to need this oil. Alright, this is very special oil. It makes access into manholes easier. And I'm like, alright, cool. So he gives us oil urns. Now, guess what? We're going to equip those oil urns, but we're going to do something different with them. You didn't know that. We're going to use them to set things on fire, because guess what that giant's weakness is? Well, I'll be damned. It's fire. I'll be just damned. So, the giant's not that big of a deal. Don't freak out. Run past him. It's going to take him a minute to get free. While he's getting free, we're going to Makiri counter this nerd, and then we're going to kill him. And we're going to kill this nerd so that he doesn't interfere when we're fighting the giant, but also so that he doesn't spot us when we run and hide from the giant. This is a game about being a ninja. Did you not know that? It doesn't surprise me. You're fucking stupid. So we get away from the giant. You'll hear the music drop off. That means the giant's lost us. He's gone now. We're free to sneak around, get in a death blow, and be stealthy like ninjas do. Big, dumb giant guy. Notoriously awful grab hitbox. It's no big deal. Don't stand around him, you idiot. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get this sneaky backstab. Boom, there goes 1 bar of health. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit him with the flame vent. It's not going to catch him on fire, but he doesn't like fire, so it staggers him anyway. So he's staggered now. You can't do this all the time. He gets accustomed to it. Once he's accustomed to it, it's not going to work. But the second time you hit him with flame vent, it's going to actually set him on fire. No one ever gets accustomed to being set on fire. That's just the way it works. So we're going to keep setting him on fire. At this point, we need to switch over and use the oil urns. Just chuck one at him, wait for him to grab, sneak in, catch him on fire. He will always catch on fire. You can just whip his ass. He's constantly taking damage because you're hitting him, and he's on fire. Don't forget, he's on fire. Hit him with an oil urn, start the whole process over again. It's that simple, and we don't have to do any wacky whatevers. Now the flame vent, you can never be locked out of it. So there's no excuse here, okay? Just go get the flame vent. you can always go to the Harada estate and get the flame vent. There's no reason not to, so that's why I'm using it. Maybe you're at a point in the game where you don't have the money to go back and get those firecrackers, right? So I'm not going to use the firecrackers. Here's another thing I'll do. Now that we've killed the giant, I'll ring this big stupid bell. And what this big stupid bell does is it makes the game harder. So now the game's harder, and I take chip damage if I don't perfectly deflect everything. Alright? It can't be any harder than this on a new game. Alright? That's just the way it is. That's as hard as it can be, y'all. That's it. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab some green beans. We're going to grab some snap seeds, okay? We need these for a boss that we're going to fight later. You don't have to do it like I'm doing it right here. If you've already done this to the snake, then the snake is gone, and you can just come here and get them, and you don't have to worry about contending with a giant snake. But get these, we need them. But before we go fight any bosses, what we're going to do is we're going to go whip some mini-boss ass. This dude right here, if the spear's in front of him, he's going for a thrust. If it's to his side, he's going for that sweep attack. If he sweep attacks, that's when you jump over him. If he goes for a thrust, that's when you Makiri counter. That's it. The kanji symbol changes nothing. Pay attention to the position of his weapon. That's it. You don't even have to see the kanji. You just have to hear it. It's stupid, it's easy, stupid. Stupid, right? Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go give this purple pajama wearing one-armed ninja a little piece of our mind. We're going to whip his ass, alright? And we're going to whip his ass so that we can get the Mist Raven. The Mist Raven is not going to be essential for anything right now, but it does come in very handy later on in the game. It's something that has very niche uses, but they're very good uses. People who don't use Mist Raven have an IQ of 80. All right, they have to wear a fucking helmet when they go out in public. All right, but here's the thing: when you fight the purple pajamaed one-armed ninja, don't fight him here like I'm doing right here, because I'm going to show you why. This fight is pretty simple. Now he has hyper armor on a lot of his attacks, which means you can't bully this dude. Bullying this dude, not going to work. We have to see what he does. We attack. When he deflects us, we stand back and we wait. Sometimes we just have to, like right here, we need to wait and see what he starts to do when he pulls back. If he heals himself, then get in there and hit him. If not, whatever. That's why you don't fight him here. You can't Makiri counter if he's one step below you and you're one step above him. It just doesn't work. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to run down here to this flat little piece of land. It's much easier to fight this dude. Again, he has hyper armor on a lot of his shit, so you can't just go in and bully him. He's not going to stand for it, because he's going to be doing jump kicks. When he goes for that sweep, don't jump, hit. Hit him and break his posture. It won't break his posture, but it interrupts him. He can't finish that attack if you hit him. If you have Senpo kicks, feel free to Senpo kick his ass, and you can Senpo kick his ass out of that sweep attack. If you don't have Senpo kicks, just hit him. Parry the drop kick, and then hit the sweep. When he goes for his big 4-hit kick combo, practice. Parry all 3 kicks, and then Makiri counter the 4th. It's that simple. Easy game. And what's our reward? Well, I'm glad you asked. We get a chicken feather. But it's not just any chicken feather. This is a magic chicken feather. And you're gonna fucking disappear, baby. Now that we've got the chicken feather, let's go fight a boss. This is our first boss. This is a real boss. Do you know what his name is?
Is Kyobu Masataka Oniwa! As I breathe, you will not pass the castle gate!
Let me tell you something about you. Alright, so we're gonna use the grapple hook. Then we can use the grapple attack that I told you to buy. You don't have to buy it, but that works. When you hit this dude a few times, he'll stagger. If he staggers, just waylay him. If he doesn't stagger, be prepared to attack his ass. When you see that grapple hook thing come up, use that. Grapple onto his ass and attack. Always be prepared to parry. This guy attacks very slowly. You can parry very slowly. You don't need superhuman reflexes. It's fine.